Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I went out and purchased a little product which I think will come in very handy. It's a dual purpose item and it costs £9.99 and is available from Aldi the supermarket, and it is a pump and light all in one. Okay, so before I show you the box and indeed what's inside the box, I must just say the fact that I purchased this with all my own money, and all opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone. And also as well, the fact that I have actually had a look at this already. I've recharged it fully, and just to make sure that everything was all inside. So this is the box that you need to look for when you're in the Aldi supermarket, and I'll give you a brief rundown of what it says on the side. So it says Adventuridge Mini Air Pump for quickly inflating or deflating inflatable pools, toys, airbeds, dinghies or vacuum cleaners. Includes LED light with hanger with built-in rechargeable battery and USB charging cable. Ideal for use at home and on the go. Ultra light. We'll see how light this is as well. So yeah, £9.99. It's a multifunction tool, i.e. the fact that it inflates, and it's also going to act as a light, and for £9.99, that's incredible value for money. So I'll show you what's inside the box. We're going to open it up, and at the top, I'll say I've already been through here already, a little bag full of the 6 attachments that come with it and the USB charging cable, but we'll come to that in a moment. We need to look at the pump and light. So on here you've got an orange top and you've got a white bottom. The white bottom is your light. I've got the Keshwar 2 seconds easy 2-person in fresh and black. We've got a darkened bedroom in there, so I can show you what the light looks like inside a tent. But that one button on the top, press it twice, very quick succession. Yeah. Press it again to turn it off. So that's blowing air out the bottom through the white end there, and it's sucking the air through the orange part at the top. So if you want to deflate, you just put the attachment on the orange part to inflate on the white part at the bottom. Now there is a light on here as well. I will show you that inside the tent. Okay, we're inside the Keshwar 2 seconds easy fresh and black, and that means the fact we've got a blackout bedroom. So even though it's broad daylight outside, it is going to be dark in here. I've got the door shut, and as you can see, my camera's busy searching for me. It's all moving around all over the place, trying to find my face in the facial recognition. So it's really struggling with the amount of light in here. Now I have actually set the auto brightness to manual, which means that the exposure is set to 1/80th of a second at ISO 400, so it's not going to fluctuate as we increase the light. So let's put some light on and give the camera a helping hand. So we're going to hold down that button. There we go, that's our first level of brightness. So that's okay, I can see okay in the tent, okay, it's fine. But we could do with another level of brightness. So let's press that button again, one button. Now that is absolutely fine. I can see in here, no problem at all. It's great, I like that. But we could do with another level of brightness. So if we have a slightly larger tent, obviously we want to cover a larger surface area. So let's press that button one more time. Now that is incredibly bright, really incredibly bright. I like that. So yeah, we don't really need any more than that. And the best thing is it has a little light hook, so we can just hook it on to our little hook at the top inside the tent, and we can go fine. Now we need to inflate our airbed. Okay, we know the Adventuridge works well as a light, but does it work well as a pump? Well, we need to refer to our little bag of tricks. Now, inside the bag, you will find the first thing you're going to need is going to be your charging cable, which I thought I'd left out, but no, I haven't. USB Type-C, and it's a good, what, 8 inches long. So that's handy to have. Obviously, you're going to need the plug as well, but we've got plenty of them, haven't we? Well, we should have in 2025. Now inside the bag we've got an assortment of different attachments which we can use, different types of nozzles. I don't know the names for them, but there we go. There's one with a silicone end, that's number 1. Then we've got this kind of threaded ring on that one. And then we've also got a couple of different types of nozzles. So we have got 2 types of nozzles, which is great. lots of flexibility for different types of air beds and inflatable devices, and that I believe is going to be for something like an inflatable ball, or some air beds will actually have that sort of attachment as well. So that's all nice. Now, to inflate, what we need to do is we take the nozzle of our choosing for our product that we're going to be inflating, and we literally just push it on to where the light part is. And you can see that has now changed. So there we go, that's the light. Plug that in and then press twice. There's a nice stream of air coming from that. Now obviously if we want to deflate a product, maybe we've got an air bed and we're taking things down, we want to suck every little ounce of air out. All we do is we switch it over and we put that nozzle onto the orange end. So now we're switched over. Now air will be sucked out of the air bed, or the product that we're trying to inflate, or deflate rather, and then that will go out and then exhale. So inhale, exhale. Yeah, I like that. Very neat little trick. But does it pump an air bed up? Well, let's find that one out. Okay, to do this test, I'm going to be using this Quechua bed second. This is available from Decathlon at the moment, $49.99. I will be doing a review of this later on in the year. But obviously that's not an inflatable bed. Oh, no. So I'm using the Quechua Air Basic 70 air bed, which is currently retailing for £9.99. Same price as this pump. So the pump, and you can get this as well. Get this from ALDI supermarket, get this one from Decathlon, £20. That's very good. So let's inflate this. So I've got the nozzle planted in at the light end. And then what we're going to do is pop that in, the nozzle's on, and that's going to start inflating. And obviously I'm going to cut this video, otherwise it's going to be, wow, actually it's inflating already. I probably won't need to. It's 10:41 now. That's incredible. Incidentally, I have never used this airbed before. I'm going on a trip very soon. I will be using it there. Wow, look at that. That's incredible how fast that's inflating. That is remarkable. I'm not going to touch it. Well, now. That's about a minute's worth. That is remarkable. It's alive. Wow. That's pumping some serious air into there. I can't believe that. That's fine. So we'll stop that there. That is incredible. I was thinking maybe 4 or 5 minutes, but that's firm. That's fine. You don't want to be too... That's really blown me away. That's... I'm actually lost for words. That says something. Wow. $9.99 for a light and a pump that inflates that quick. I'm really blown away by that. Okay, I know it inflates air, but yeah, I'm really incredibly impressed with that. I was thinking that this is going to go on for maybe 8 or 9 minutes, and I thought, well, yeah, it's going to be a video, probably 8 or 9 minutes, and then 8 or 9 minutes of it inflating. But no, literally 2 or 3 minutes later. I didn't know the exact time. I will have a look at it on the recording, but that's incredible for $9.99. Wow. So how much this little box of tricks, how much does it actually weigh? Well, funny you should say that, because I have actually got some scales here. Now, obviously, you can see the fact that it's not exactly heavy, but we'll find out. So, some scales here. I'll just reset them. So, let's have a look. 58 grams. That's incredible. That is incredible. A dual purpose item, a light and a pump, lightweight, £9.99. I'm kind of lost for words. Now, yeah, I know there's some of you probably thinking, yes, but it's very similar to another product. And yeah, you know, there's a lot of tents on the market. They're also very similar to one another. I know which one you're talking about because I've got it right in my hand here. Very, very similar. Has a light, also has a pump as well. So if we hold the light down on this one and this one simultaneously, okay, I know we're out in bright daylight. So I would say that this one is a slightly warmer light, and we press that again, and we press that one again, and then the third level of brightness and third level of brightness. That's a little bit warmer, and this one's probably a little bit more diffused as well. That one's off, and that one's off as well. And what they like to listen to as well. Obviously, you can be a quiet campsite, and it's like you're setting up, and obviously you're aware of the fact of peace and tranquility, and then you're going to put your pump on. Which one is louder? Well, let's find out. So I'm going to hold these to the microphone. So the first time we're going to go with the flex tail. So this is the sound of the flex tail, the pump. And then we're going to come to the Adventuridge, same distance away from the microphone. So I'd say the flex tail is a slightly higher pitch. Maybe it's a higher RPM of the fan. I don't know, but it's certainly a higher pitch. Yeah. But either way, either one, whichever one you go for, I mean, the price on this is just phenomenal. You can't go wrong with this. But there's probably some of you who've already got this one and probably thinking, yeah, that's great, but maybe I'll buy this one because the accessories, can they fit over one on the other? Well, one way to find out. So these are the accessories for the Adventuridge, which I had to check the name of. I've only had it about an hour. So yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, bit of a tight squeeze, but it fits. That's wonderful. That's great. So even if you have the flex tail, thinking, oh, I've lost all my little bits of kit somewhere, and it's easily done. I lose things all the time. You could go out and buy the Adventuridge, and then just use the accessories on your flex tail, or whatever, or use the Adventuridge as a backup, or maybe you've got 2 bedrooms and you want them hanging in either room. It's a great, I say for $9.99, that's a bargain, absolute bargain. So there we go. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, leaving a comment and subscribing. Obviously, you know my feelings on the Adventuridge Mini Pump and Light. Look, get one as soon as possible, because in the end of the day, the stocks won't last very long. People are going out and buying them, I guarantee you. And for $9.99, you can't go far wrong. You can't go far wrong with that at all. So thank you very much for watching. Take care. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, leaving a comment and subscribing. And if you want to support the channel moving forward, please have a look at the Buy Me a Coffee site listed in this video's description box below. This gets full. I think it's the buy of the year. We're in May. That's the bargain of the year so far, without a shadow of a doubt. Take care. See you soon.